from West Virginia Public Broadcasting.
Support for the following is provided by the West Virginia Department of Education and West Virginia Public Broadcasting. Hey! Hey everyone, it's Education Station!
Hi, and welcome back to Education Station. I'm your host, Alex Milanese. Education Station is a show where we invite teachers from all across West Virginia to submit videos of themselves teaching their favorite lessons. In today's episode, we've got 3 exciting lessons from the Careers in Education class at the Nicholas County Career and Technical Center. Now, before we start today's episode, we want to talk a little bit about National STEM Day, which was November 8th. So, during the month of November, the West Virginia Department of Education invites students and teachers to capture the creativity and innovation of West Virginia STEM classrooms with the This Is How I #STEM in WV campaign. You can help us out by posting a 30-second video to show off your STEM skills. Give us a virtual tour of your STEM classroom, show off a STEM project you're working on, or tell us what STEM means to you. Be sure to use #STEMInWV in your post and tag @WVEducation on Facebook or Twitter. But wait, there's more. The Department of Education will also host a STEM lesson video contest in November. To get involved, record an 8 to 9 minute video of a STEM lesson for elementary school students, and we will choose the top 3 videos to air right here on Education Station in December. The deadline to enter is November 18th, so get creative and show us how you #STEM in WV. Alright, so with that in mind, today's episode is brought to you by the Careers in Education class at the Nicholas County Career and Technical Center. This is a teacher in training program that helps prepare high school students for a career in education. So, first up, we have Miss Kidd, who's going to lead us through an exciting English lesson. Let's check it out.
My name is Lily Kidd, and I am part of the teaching program at the Nicholas County Career and Technical Center. Today we will be learning about past, present, and future tense. Now for a moment, I want you to think about what is past, present, and future tense. Now all these lay within the timeline, a list of events arranged in order through past, present, and future, going through the timeline. Now, most of these will be verbs, but not all of them. Verbs are an action word, running, jumping, pushing, whatever. But irregular verbs are verbs that do not follow the basic verb rules, which we will come back to later. Now, what is past tense? Past tense is a word used in a previous time or has already happened, like earlier, yesterday, seen. And for example, I saw a bird. Saw is the past tense of see, seeing, and it lets you know that it has already happened. I saw a bird yesterday. Yesterday, that already places itself at the start of the timeline in past tense. Now, what is present tense? Present tense is a word used in a present time or is currently happening, like right now, currently, or I see a bird right now. Now, see is present tense. See means we are currently seeing the bird. Now, what is future tense? Future tense is a word used in a later time or is happening in a future time, like tomorrow, later, will. I will see that bird tomorrow. It will happen in the future. And tomorrow at the end of the sentence here, again, it already places itself in the timeline in future tense. Now, there's some wrong ways and right ways to use past, present, and future tense that I just wanted to go over real quick. A wrong example, I see that bird yesterday. We already found out that see is present tense, but it can't be present tense if it has happened yesterday. So that's not how you would say it. You would say, I saw that bird yesterday because it already happened. Another wrong way, later out eating that sandwich. Eating, the ing at the end of eat, has made it present tense, but again, it can't be present tense if it's going to happen later. So the right way is, later I'll eat a sandwich. let's construct a sentence. Past tense, I had breakfast this morning. I ate breakfast this morning. Now some verbs require an ED that I didn't put in these sentences, but it would be words like walked or packed or stuff like that. I had breakfast this morning. I ate breakfast this morning. Had and ate are both in past tense, again, because it already happened. Present tense, I am learning about verbs and I am teaching verbs. Now, a lot of verbs that are in present tense will have an ing at the end, letting you know it is in present tense. It is happening at the moment. Future tense, I will take the bus home. Later, I'll ride the bus. Now, a lot of future tense verbs will have a will to let you know that it will happen in the future, and later, just one of the words that has already placed itself in the timeline. Words like those aren't verbs because they don't have any action. And we are just going to play a little game. Felt. Now this is the past tense of feel. We have already felt the table. This is, of course, past tense. Now the present tense of this will be feel, or if you want to say in future tense, I will feel so-and-so. Walked. Now this has an ED at the end. It's the present tense of walk. Now because of the ED at the end, we know that it has already happened. So of course that's past tense. Learning. Learning has the ing at the end of learn, and we already found out that it lets you know that it's already happening. So that's present tense. And keeping, again, it has the ing at the end, so we know that it is currently happening. So present. And will talk, it has that will, so we know that it will happen in the future. Like I will talk. So future tense. And will eat, again, has the will. I will eat in the future. And we are just going to do a little matching game. Well, now that we're going to play a little matching game, learning has the ing. We learned that this is present, keeping, ing. So it's present. Will eat. You will eat in the future. Will talk. I will talk in the future. And felt has already happened. This is in the past tense, and walked, ed, letting you know that this is in the past tense. All right, thank you for watching. That's all we have today. Now, hopefully you know your past, present, and future tense. Hopefully this helps you further in your reading and your English classes, just to help further recognize the tenses. That is all we have for our lesson today. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Miss Kidd. Okay, next up, we've got an awesome lesson about basic geometric shapes. For more on this, let's go visit Miss Hammond.
Hi, my name is Abigail Hammond. I am with the Nicholas County Career and Technical Center. I'm in the Careers and Education program, and today I will be teaching you about geometry. So the shapes we're going to go over today are square, rectangle, and triangle. So to identify a square, first you're going to need to know the characteristics of a square. So we look at the square and let's see how many sides we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Now something special about a square is that all sides have to be the same length. So for this lesson you're going to need a straight edge or a ruler to be able to do measurements. So we're going to take our straight edge here and we're going to measure the sides. This side is 3 inches. This side is 3 inches. This side is 3 inches. And this side is 3 inches. So for a square, you need 4 sides and each side to be the same length. Now for a rectangle, let's see how many sides we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides. Now that's really similar to a square. But something different about a rectangle is you can see that these sides are not all the same length. So we're going to want to measure. This side is 4 inches. This side is 3 inches. This side is 4 inches. And this side is 3 inches. So we know that this side is the same length as this side, and this side is the same as this side, meaning that opposite sides are equal. And that's how we identify a rectangle. It has to have 4 sides and opposite sides have to be equal. Now for a triangle. A triangle has 1, 2, 3 sides. It's the only shape that we're going over that has 3 sides. And for a triangle, the sides do not have to be the same length. They can be any length as long as they're all connected and are 3 sides. So for our triangle though, this side is 4 inches, this side is 4 inches, and this side is 4 inches. But it does not have to be that way. It can be any length you need it to be. Now that we've gone over all these shapes, we're gonna do some practice. So let's see how many sides does this shape have? 1, 2, 3. Now what's the only shape we've gone over that has 3 sides? A triangle. So this is a triangle. Okay, let's go to our next shape. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, so we know it's either going to be a rectangle or a square. But as you can see, this side is 3 inches, this side is 4 inches, so now we know it's definitely not a square. This side is 3 inches, and this side is 4 inches. So opposite sides are equal, so that makes this a rectangle. Now for our final shape, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and this side is 4 inches, this side is 4 inches, this side is 4 inches, and this side is 4 inches. So there's 4 sides, each side is equal, making this a square. Now we're going to go over constructing these shapes on our own. You're going to want to have either graph paper or a ruler or a straight edge to be able to construct your own shapes. So we're going to start with a square. You're going to want to pick any number on your ruler, and you're going to want to go up that amount on your ruler. For this example, we're going to pick 4. And since all sides have to be the same length, you're going to want to go over 4, down 4, and over 4 again to finish off your square. Now I'm using 4, you can use any number you want as long as each side is the same amount. Okay, for a rectangle, you can either make this side longer or this side longer. For this example, we're going to make this side longer. So you're going to want to pick one number. You're going to want to go over that many. Now you're going to want to pick a smaller number, and you're going to want to go down that amount. You're going to want to go over the same amount you went over before. And you're going to want to go up the same amount that you went up before, because opposite sides have to be equal to make a rectangle. So there's our rectangle. Now our last shape is a little bit harder to construct. You're going to want to pick a number, and if you have your graph paper, you're going to want to start at the corner of one of your squares, and you're going to want to go over that amount on your ruler. You're going to want to go down the same amount, go to the next corner you see, and you're going to want to go over to finish off connecting your shape. And that's how you make a triangle. For this next segment, we're going to want to open up our computers and we're going to want to go to Quizlet. So our first flashcard, it says a 3-sided shape. So what is a 3-sided shape? That's right, a triangle. Next one, a 4-sided shape, but each side is the same. 4-sided shape, each side is the same. A square, that's right. A shape with 4 sides and opposite sides have to be the same length. A rectangle, that's right. Okay, what shape is this? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. All these sides are the same length. A square. Now, which shape is this? There's 1, 2, 3 sides. And as you can see, unlike our example earlier, this triangle has different length sides. So it's a triangle. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. This side is the same length as this side, and this side is the same length as this side. So a 4-sided shape, opposite sides are equal. What shape would that be? A rectangle. So now we're going to move on. Now that we practiced, we're going to move on to our matching game to see if we can get these right. Okay, we're going to start with this shape up here. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. This side is equal to this side is equal to this side. Therefore, 4 sides, opposite sides are equal. Which shape would that be? A rectangle, that's right. See, now it disappears. We want to clean the whole board off. So let's move on to this shape. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. All sides are the same length. So 4-sided shape, all sides are the same length. What would that be? A square. So we're going to drag that down to square. Oops. There we go. Made it disappear. So a shape with 4 sides and opposite sides have to be the same length. What shape would that be? A rectangle. Okay, a shape with 4 sides that are all the same length. A square. Now what shape is this? There's 1, 2, 3 sides. A triangle. So a 3-sided shape, what would that be? A triangle. Good job, guys. We finished the game. Well, that's all we have for today. Hopefully you guys learned your shapes, square, rectangle, and triangle, and hopefully this will help you in your math classes in the future. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Ms. Hammond. So next up, Ms. King is going to help us shift gears from basic geometry to some more advanced algebra. Let's check it out.
Hi, my name is Sydney King. I am a student here at Nicholas County Career and Technical Center, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to solve equations. So I've created a small maze right here, and you start right here where it says start, and you'll have one equation. This one says 4x equals 20. So to solve this one, you're just going to divide each side by 4 because you want to get the x by itself. So you get x equals 5. So you'll do 4 divided by 4 is 1, so you just leave the x by itself, and then 20 divided by 4 is 5. So you get your answer 5. So on the maze here, you find the correct answer. So there's a bunch of different examples coming off of the box, and you'll find x equals 5, and you're just going to highlight that. Once you highlighted the correct answer, you're going to go to the box that the correct answer leads to. So the next one is x over 3 equals 10. And you solve this one by multiplying each side by 3. So once you multiply these by 3, you get the x by itself. 10 times 3 is 30. You find your correct answer on here. So it leads to x equals 30. And then you're gonna go to the next box. All right, let's look at the next equation. So we have 2x plus 6 equals 40. So you're gonna isolate your variable, which is x. So you subtract 6 from both sides. 2x equals 34. And then you have to divide by 2 to get your variable alone. So you divide by 2, get x equals 17, which is your solution. X equals 17. So you're going to highlight the correct answer, which leads us to the next problem. 9x equals 81. So you divide by 9, isolate your variable to get the solution, 9. X equals 9. All right. Our next equation is 20x equals 400. Isolate the variable, divide by 20. And your solution to your equation is x equals 20. Highlight x equals 20, which leads you to your next equation. X over 9 equals 4. So you're going to multiply each side by 9 to isolate your variable to get x equals 36. Highlight 36 and go to your next equation, which is 3x plus 4 equals 25. All right, so you subtract 4 from each side, which will equal 3x equals 21. Isolate your variable, x equals 7. So that's your solution. And you can see I already have this highlighted here, so we're on the right track. So x equals 7. You're gonna go to your next equation, 7x equals 21. Divide each side by 7 to get x equals 3. Highlight x equals 3. You're on your right track. The next problem is 8x plus 2 equals 18. You're going to subtract 2 from each side. You'll have 8x equals 16. So you're now going to divide each side by 8 to get your x by itself. You're always going to have your variable by itself in the end. So you get x equals 2. Now you're going to highlight x equals 2, which leads you to your next equation, which is 11x equals 44. So now you're just going to divide each side by 11, isolate your variable to get a solution of 4. So you find the correct answer, which is x equals 4, and go to your next box. Okay, let's take a look at our next equation. Is x over 8 equals 12. Multiply both sides by 8 to get your variable, which is x, by itself. X equals 96, because you're going to multiply those two together. You're going to highlight the correct answer and move on to your next box. You now have x over 2 equals 9. Multiply each side by 2. Get your x alone. And the solution is x equals 18. Highlight the correct answer and move to your next box. We're now at 22x equals 66. Divide each side by 22. Isolate your variable, which is x, and you get x equals 3. So find 3 right here, highlight it, move to your next box. Our next equation is 4x minus 6 equals 14. So you're gonna add 6 to each side, and you're gonna end up with 4x equals 20. Now you have to isolate the variable, divide each side by 4. Get x equals 5. So find the correct answer, highlight it, and move on to the next box. We now have x over 10 equals 10. To get your variable alone, you have to multiply. So you multiply each by the denominator, so 10 times 10. Get your variable alone, x equals 10 times 10, which is 100. Find your correct answer. And now we finished. Thanks for watching. I hope that this helped you solve some simple equations, and I hope you had fun. If you want to find one of these mazes of your own, you can click the link on the screen and do some on your own. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Miss King. All right, well, that wraps up everything for us here today on Education Station. We want to thank everyone who submitted their awesome lessons, and we want to thank you for watching. We'll see you next time right here on Education Station.